Interesting Facts About the Bible, Part 14. Did you know that the fall high holy days God commanded Israel to keep points to the return of the Messiah? In Interesting Facts About the Bible, Part 13, I show the spring holidays that Israel was commanded to keep and how Yeshua fulfilled them all through his death, resurrection, and Pentecost. This was the beginning of the new life of Messiah brought to the world. But what about the rest of the feast? There is in fact 3 more high holy days that Messiah will fulfill on his return. The first is the Feast of Trumpets, Yom Teruah. This holiday marks the beginning of 10 days of consecrating oneself and repenting of any sins. This was a time to make oneself clean before God. It is commanded that loud trumpets or shofars are to be blown. This is also seen as the new year for many. At this time, burnt offerings and sin offerings were made before the Lord to be seen as clean. In 1 Thessalonians 4:13-18, it describes Yeshua's second coming. There will be a great shout and a blowing of the trumpets. Those who are made clean by the blood of Yeshua will be taken up to him to start a new age with him. Next is the Day of Atonement, also known as Yom Kippur. This is the most important and solemn day of the year. In Leviticus 16, it describes how the high priest at this time would go behind the curtain into the most holy place where God's Shekinah glory resided. Here he would go before the Lord and sprinkle a blood offering to cleanse all of Israel. If he went in unworthily, he would die and need to be dragged out by a rope. When Yeshua returns, we will look upon he who was pierced. We will be judged before our God in the same way all of Israel was judged on Yom Kippur. At this time, we will be able to go into the Holy of Holies before the Father, having been made clean by the blood of Yeshua. It is the day of judgment. We must be made clean by our high priest, Yeshua. Last and most beautiful of all is the Festival of Tabernacles known as Sukkot. This was the holiday commanded by God in Leviticus 23:37, where we are commanded to dwell in booths for 7 days in order to commemorate when Israel was taken out of Egypt and traveled through the wilderness with God, dwelling with and providing for them with a pillar of fire at night and a cloud by day. Many don't realize this, but there is great evidence that this was the time Yeshua was actually born. In Genesis 33:17, it shows that the word sukkah, the word for booths in Sukkot, was the same word used for manger. He came and tabernacled with us as a man. However, in the second coming of Yeshua, this will be when we get to tabernacle with our God again, as described in Micah 4:1-7. As it says in 1 Corinthians 6:16, he himself will dwell with us, and he will be our God. In Revelation 21, it says he will tabernacle with us. In this great day, he will wipe away the tears from every eye.